Hello everybody and welcome back to the Jazz Club. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm super excited to be back. I'm so sorry about a little bit of delays in the video. I wasn't feeling too well last week, so my energy level just wasn't as good, and I don't want to put out a video without my energy being what it should be. But anyways, I really wanted to come back and tell you guys and just talk about what I know you've been waiting for since my last episode. I wanted to come on here and give you guys the last key, the 3 B's to success to learning. Without further ado, since I did a whole dramatic thing and I didn't tell you last time, let's get into it. So, the last B is blueprint. So what do I mean by blueprint? Well, it kind of involves 2 things. The first thing is the methods that you use, and the second thing is a mentor. Let's just talk a little bit about methods. Have you ever found that you wanted to try something new, but it just seemed too overwhelming? You thought, how am I ever going to get this project done? There's just too much involved. I'm gonna give you 3 S's to start. Small, simple steps. This has revolutionized how I approach anything. For example, some days I don't really feel like working out. I don't know if it's just, as much as I have the belief system that I want to work out and, I'm priming my body by standing up straight and I'm getting myself all mentally motivated, it's the thought of actually either driving to the gym, or for me, I work out from home, so there really is no excuse. I do like working out, but to be honest, sometimes I'm just not that motivated. Whenever this happens, follow the 3 S's. Small, simple steps. Think of what is the smallest thing that I can do to getting towards achieving my goal. For example, on days where I don't really feel like working out, the first thing I do is I set up the space so that I can work out. So I'll put out my yoga mat, I will put out my weights, and I put out my running shoes. Actually, I instantly put on my running shoes. Indoor running shoes, by the way. Next thing is that I make sure when I wake up, I actually, if I know it's a day I'm supposed to work out, because I work from home, I make sure that I'm actually already wearing my workout clothes. So let's say, for example, if you want to work out before you go to work in the morning, set aside your workout clothes right at your bed. Do it the night before. Just make sure, if you know that you'll need a smoothie or if you're gonna need pre-workout, set it outside so that way you already have the intention that you're gonna do it. These small, simple steps are gonna make it so much easier for you to work out. If your goal is to run 5K, don't think of it as you're running 5K. Think of it, what is the smallest step that I can do to eventually reach this goal? And if it starts out with just you putting on your shoes and walking outside, and then you walk back inside after even 1 minute of activity, you've already started to implement that goal. And then the thing is, do not go back from there. So whatever you've already been able to implement, don't go back, but even just keep pushing a little bit forward, and eventually you are going to get to that goal. There was one example in a podcast that I listened to, and it was talking about flossing your teeth every night. And for some, the thought of that is just really daunting. So he said, don't think about it as flossing all your teeth. Just think, okay, I'm just gonna floss 1 tooth. Most likely, you're not just gonna be able to just floss 1 tooth. Once you've already started, you're gonna wanna continue to floss all of your teeth. The most important thing is for you to just start. Start somewhere and start small. And when you do start, make sure that you reward yourself. Dopamine is a hormone that craves more. It has to do with motivation. So if you listen to the Huberman Lab podcast, he talks all the time about how dopamine is a hormone of wanting more, it's a hormone of motivation, it's a hormone of reward. So if you have a new habit that you want to try, start super small and reward yourself for even starting, because then you're going to want to keep doing more. The more you reward yourself, the more that you're going to want to do it. Dopamine is an addictive hormone, and make sure it's addicted to a good habit and you will continue to succeed. So that's the first part, is the method. start somewhere, start small, and make sure that you reward yourself when you do start. The next thing, if you want to learn more also about habits and how to form habits, there's 2 books that I'm going to recommend to you. The first one is called Tiny Habits and it's written by Dr. BJ Fogg. The second one is called Atomic Habits. It's been pretty popular and it's written by James Clear. Definitely pick those up if you want to learn more about how you can start new habits and succeed at new habits. So the second thing, now that you've got your body right, you've got your biochemistry working for you, you have a great belief system going on in your head, and you have the methods. The last thing that you're going to need, which is also part of your blueprint, is a mentor. So if you want to learn how to succeed, follow somebody else who has already done what you are wanting to do. Surround yourself around people who have found success in what you are trying to find success, and you cannot help but learn from their experience. There's a saying that genius leaves clues. A mentor is the easiest way to fast track and to see your success and to have somebody who's really going to support you in your successes. If you want to see how to succeed in a certain aspect or avenue of life, follow the path of somebody who's done it and see if they can help you. You know, again, we live in a digital age. There are numerous amounts of podcasts, of books, of audiobooks, of YouTube videos where you can actually get one-on-one time with some of the most successful people on the planet. You can listen to how they have achieved their success. You know, if you are an entrepreneur and you are looking to grow your business, watch Dragon's Den, watch Shark Tank. Look at what are the most successful pitches. What did they include? How are they able to get people on their side? If you want to succeed at sports, watch YouTube videos of the professionals who play the sport. And most importantly, buy a book. Leaders are readers. Anybody who is a leader has read numerous books on the topic. There's a saying that you are the average of the 5 people you hang out most with. So why not surround yourself around some of the most successful people? Whether that's virtually or now that things are getting back to normal, in person. Buy a book, listen to these podcasts on success, on whatever you want to achieve. If you want to attend a seminar, like do these things for yourself. That way you have the correct blueprint to get you there. So in summary, I hope you guys appreciated this video. I just want to kind of summarize what we learned about. So let's summarize the things that we've learned about. First, we talked about your body and your biochemistry. So we talked about how being in the best state is super important. We also talked about how your energy plays a vital role in anything that you're learning. If you're coming in with your back slouched over and with your brain all foggy and not a great attitude as to what you're gonna learn, you're not gonna learn it. So make sure that you have a good posture and you have a positive state. They say that memories are tied to emotions. So if we're going into something with a bad attitude, we're not gonna remember it. Whereas if we're going into something with a positive attitude, we're attaching a positive memory to whatever it is we're associating on it. And we're gonna want to have that again. So, like I said, make sure that you have a good posture, you have good energy, and you are in a good emotional state. That has to do with your body and your biochemistry. The second thing is your belief system. Go into something telling yourself that you can do it. Do not tell yourself that you can't do it. Do not make excuses for yourself as to why you can't do it, or because you have a problem, or because, you know, you're too tall, or you're too short, or you're too whatever the case may be. Stop making excuses for yourself, because there's somebody who probably has challenged that excuse and who is able to break records because they believed that they could do it. So make sure that you have a good belief system. How can you do this? For me, I would suggest, if you find that you struggle with having a positive mindset or positive belief system, We're gonna start with a gratitude journal, which I'm gonna discuss more later in some of my other videos. But if you follow my account at thejazz.club, you know I am obsessed with the 5-minute journal. I think it truly, truly, truly has changed my mindset a lot, more positive thinking. Every day I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. It is the simplest way that you can prime yourself for more positivity and to have a better belief system. So I would definitely suggest for you to look into that, or even just every day wake up and think about 3 things that you're grateful for. And then the last thing, as we discussed today, is your blueprint. Make sure that you are doing it with the right methods. So we are going to talk about more methods in different episodes, but from this episode, what I want you to take away is do anything that seems daunting in small, simple steps. Break it down and just start, and reward yourself for even starting. This will create more dopamine in your body, which will eventually bring you more motivation, and you'll want to keep doing it because you'll like the feeling of it. So that's to do with your methods. The last thing is a mentor. Find somebody who you can look up to, find their path and follow it. If you can reach out to them, that's great. If they have a book, buy it. Okay? Books, I know nobody wants to buy books anymore. You can buy it in either audio form or in a physical form. I really like books in a physical form just because I can write notes, I can highlight it, and I can just look back on it. But books are like $30. We spend $30 on food all the time. And you can't spend $30 on a book that is written information of how somebody has their success. It's literally the blueprint to success. So if I can encourage you to do anything, it's buy a book on the thing that you want to learn the most. If you want to learn a new language, buy a book on it. Also, seeing that book will remind you that this is something that you've purchased. And anything that we've spent money on, we are more motivated to use. So buy a book from this person, or if they have a YouTube channel, follow their YouTube channel. If they're on certain interviews, follow their interviews to see what led them to the pathways to success. That's all for now. I'm gonna cut it there, but I'm so happy that you guys tuned into the second episode, and we're gonna be touching on more of this information, but I really, really, really want to know something new that you wanna try. I'll tell you something new that I tried. I tried skiing last year. I was not good at it. Maybe that'll be like a story time chat. But let me know something that you wanna try, how you're gonna go about it, and what your biggest takeaway from this episode. I cannot wait to hear from you guys, and I'll see you later in the next episode of The Jazz Club.